So we just spent a session learning how to create a resume and a cover letter, and we looked at all these interesting resources and ways to craft that. But what if you don't have any work experience or you have precious little? I encounter so many people who've just come out of college or just come out of high school, or maybe they're just returning to the workforce after not being in the workforce for decades. And they say, Dan, how can I make a resume when I don't have any experience to put on the resume? Well, let me show you. So here is a sample resume that we made for a high school student. Obviously, I've changed the names here, but what we've done is, obviously he has no work experience, so we highlighted education. We highlighted volunteer experience or community involvement for those who don't do volunteer work but they're still in the community. But the all-important thing here is to include references on the resume. And so this adds a nice aesthetic element to where it still fills out the page of the resume. We still have our objective statement that we spoke of, right? This is what the type of position this young person is looking for. Now you'll notice in the skills, because they don't have much work experience, most of these are going to be people-based. These are more like a personality, temperament, or maybe what we would call soft skills, right? Versus hard or technical skills. But that's okay. For someone getting their first job, this is a completely understandable resume, and most hiring managers will understand that. But the way to make it look nice is you're going to put your education, whatever sort of community or volunteer experience you have here, and then fill in with references. Now, with this one, we did it in this format. I would like to show you another one that I really like. So for this person, we had their reference, we had their contact information, but then what we did was we called this person and we asked them, hey, can you tell me a little bit about Jane Doe here? And what they did is they gave us a good 2 or 3 minute conversation, and I just happened to write down 1 or 2 sentences from that conversation for each contact here, for each reference. And I just put them on the resume. It's kind of like a Google review for a restaurant. You know, when you're looking up a place to go out to eat, you'll see that something's 3 stars, something's 4 stars, but then you'll also often see a 1 or 2 sentence blurb on that restaurant, and that'll tell you kind of if you want to go or not. Same thing for when an employer looks at a resume and they see a person's references and what this person has actually said about them. It kind of works like a miniature version of a letter of recommendation. So I highly recommend it.